Awesome. Looks like we're all up and running. Oh dear. Just that a little bit. Okay. Nice. Well, welcome. Thanks for being here, everyone. I hope you're having a superb day so far. And if not, well, that's okay. That's part of why we come here to our practice on a hopefully very regular basis and visit ourselves on the mat, give ourselves some time to just simply be with what is. Not in a way of needing to judge it as being the best thing ever or the worst thing ever, just allowing it to be. And being the witness of the whole thing, stepping back and then stepping back again. And notice what you see from that outside perspective, that who is witnessing the experience, witnessing the emotions as they pass through, witnessing the movements of the body. The witness is where we want to be. And that's the space of practicing non-attachment. When we can be the witness of ourselves and step back, we can allow that space for others. And we are no longer so enthralled by the trappings of the cycles of drama that try to keep us trapped inside a very limited sense of our being. So for part of our intention today, let's tap into the space that goes beyond what we think we know. That goes beyond what we think we can do even in an asana practice or in a meditation practice or in an everyday occurrence. Meditation is all day, every day. Sitting quietly might happen for 10 minutes of it or 20 or 60. But the actual meditation, the process of breathing in and out, the process of being witness to what's happening, that is constant. That doesn't just happen on the mat. This is where we refine our practice. So our intention again today is to go beyond that space where we're really thinking hard about what we're doing, or we're being overly analytical, or we're shrinking ourselves down. We're putting our own limits on things because of the belief that's experienced or the belief that is just simply continued on for the sake of being continued on. We don't recognize these things until we can take the step back. So take the step back and try to shed the layers. Shed the spaces that try to keep you blocked inside a small version of yourself. Even when you already know you are bigger than that. We are more than what is perceived as here and now. We are more than this flesh body. We are more than this vessel. Vital life force energy flows through all of us and everything that surrounds us. We know we are bigger than what the mind may make us seem, or where the mind might make us seem to be limited. So this is the space of true wisdom. And that is the space that goes beyond analytics. Beyond the thinking aspect, there is the truth, and it's felt from deep within you. It's a pretty big mouthful for an intention, but overall, If something resonates in there, allow that to be your intention. Maybe it's shedding the layers. Maybe it's becoming aware of yourself in this space, being the witness. It's a wonderful intention. It's one of my favorites. Whatever it is for you, find that space where you can undo, or at least give yourself a momentary opportunity to experience what it could be like, to imagine what it could be like to be a bit more expansive and a little less attached. All with love and compassion. Let's come to the top of our mats. Into Tadasana. Feet hip distance apart. You may want to be set up toward a wall in case there are inversions, but you don't have to go up into them, and little hops are fine. Be where you need to be. Otherwise, just a blanket today for the knees if you need. Expand through the arms when you're ready, circling them out to the sides, ground down through the shoulder blades as the fingertips reach for the sky. So find that motion through the shoulders, hands down through Anjali Mudra, heart center. Let's do that 2 more times. Find that beautiful circling of the arms, your palms flip up, and then the palms face together. Noticing that range of motion happening within the shoulder sockets. 1 more time, connecting your breath with the movement. Legs are strong. Remember, you're pressing your heels down, quadriceps engaged. On this exhale, we hinge at the hips into our forward fold with bent knees. Fingertips come down to the mat. Let your upper body just kind of drop and dangle. And you can just kind of shimmy side to side a little bit. If you want to kind of wiggle the hips, go for it. And inhale. Gazing forward, flat back, press into your big toes, press your heels down, engage the quadriceps as best as you can. If it's challenging to have the fingertips down, bring your hands to the shins at this point and really work the engagement of those quads and feel your navel pull in. Notice that incredible support through the spine. Waking everything up. And press into the feet, stand all the way up, exhale. Circle the arms, inhale. Hands down through heart center, Anjali Mudra. Beautiful. Arms relax down to the sides, come into Samastitihi, so big toes are touching, heels are a couple inches apart. Sweep the hands forward and up as you bend into the knees and slide back through the hips and down. Utkatasana chair pose, sending the hips away from you, pull them back and down, and reach your fingers toward the ceiling and slightly forward as you hug the arms around the ears. And slowly fold forward, hands come all the way down, fingers to the ground, lengthen through the legs, find your edge, keep the feet in the same position, and exhale, stand up. Circle the arms, reach up, Utkatasana, sitting down, chair pose, maybe interlacing fingers, index fingers can reach away, reach the sit bones away from you, breathe. And exhaling, hands down to the mat. Lengthen the legs to your edge, hands could be onto the shins, flat back. And stand up. 1 more like that, circle the arms. Sitting into the chair that's not there. Navel draws in, hips pull back. Beautiful. And fold. Flat back, inhale. And exhale. Stand up. Excellent. Circle the arms all the way around and up. Hips come down. Utkatasana. And then slowly fold. Fingertips come down to the mat.
Lengthen the legs to your edge and walk the hands over to the left. Breathe in, breathe out. And come back into chair with your hands over to the left. Sinking the hips, maybe the hands walk back a bit. You keep your weight in the heels, just sit a little deeper. And then lift the hips, gently walk your hands back through center. Ardha Uttanasana, flat back. And exhale, let's walk the hands over to the right. Breathe in, breathe out, press down through the heels. And gently bend at the knees, coming into chair pose here with your fingers on the mat. You might be able to walk your hands back a bit, but we're warming up, so no need to go deep. And slowly, hands walk back forward as the legs extend. We find flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. And stand up, Uttanasana. Excellent. From here, fingers sweep forward and up as the right leg floats up. And then lengthen the right leg, reach the toes forward. Hands could be out to the sides, on the hips, whatever feels best for you. And then bend the right knee, pull it into your body, hands come onto the shin, press down into your left foot to stand tall here. So you're lifting your chest up. Think of that right knee staying nice and high up and toward the chest. Excellent. Then from here, slowly release right leg, send it back into warrior two. Breathe in and breathe out. Exalt the warrior, right hand down, left hand reaches back. And then we'll come all the way into a humble warrior. Left shoulder down inside left knee. Fingers interlaced behind the back as the knuckles reach for the ceiling. Full breath cycle. And slowly release. Fingertips come forward as the back heel lifts and step forward. Flat back, breathing in. And stand up, breathing out. Circle the arms around and up as the left leg floats up. And then exhale to lengthen left leg forward. Arms could be out to the sides or on the hips, whatever you like. I like to move my arms around. Lengthen right leg as best as you can as you bend the left knee. Use your hands, hug that shin in. Stand super tall, pressing that right foot down to the mat. Should feel pretty awesome. And perhaps even surprising at the balance that you have. And when you're ready, nice and easy, release left leg. We're stepping back, warrior two. Yes. Exalt the warrior, left hand down, right fingers reach back. Humble warrior. So chest pulls forward, right shoulder inside right knee, fingers interlaced behind the back, knuckles reach up. Breathing in and out. And slowly release the hands, bring them forward, unhook the back heel, and step forward. Flat back, breathing in. And press into the feet, breathing out, stand up. All right. Inhale, circle the arms, right leg floats up. Exhale, push the hands forwards as the right leg extends forwards. Good. Draw the belly in. And when you're ready, bend back through the right knee, step back, warrior two. Open through the arms, solidify your warrior, double check your stance. Strong legs, exalt the warrior. You should feel engagement in your quadriceps Right thigh feels like there's a gentle inward rotation, left is gentle outward. Humble warrior, come back in, interlace those fingers. Dip the shoulder into the inner knee. Strong left leg. Excellent. From here, right hand reaches forward and up, left hand comes to the sacral bone. Adjust the hips, make sure they're nice and balanced. Warrior one. Hands reach up. You could interlace fingers and send energy out through index fingers if you like. From here, lengthen the left leg. Strong legs, squeezing the legs together. Right hand onto left shin or foot, left hand to the ceiling. Revolve triangle. Good. Bend into the left knee, come back, warrior one. Reach those hands up. And exhale, come to the top of the mat. Stepping forward. Shake out the legs. Circle the arms. Left knee floats up. Press the hands forward as you lengthen the left leg. Connect to the core. Stay strong, waking up those stabilizers. And then opening into warrior two. Adjust your feet, your arms, you're strong. Check on those quads, the back ones especially. And left hand comes down, right fingers reach back in your exalted warrior. Humble warrior. Right shoulder inside right knee, fingers reach up. Breathe in and breathe out. Beautiful. From here, just bring your fingers forward. Make any adjustments if you need to. Right hand to the back of the hips, left hand forward and up to your warrior one. So sometimes, especially in the beginning, still warming up, it can be a little tricky making that transition through the hips. So make sure you feel nice and strong. Your back leg could walk in if you need. Strengthen that front leg to extend through the front knee. Rotate through the upper body to bring left hand onto left foot, or onto right foot rather, right fingers to the sky. You could be on the shin, you could be on the mat outside the right foot. Legs are squeezing together. Chest is opening, opening, opening. And bend into right knee. Sweep the hands forward and up. Revisit your warrior one, nice and strong. Step forward, Tadasana. Circle the arms, inhale. Hands down through heart center, exhale. Fold forward. Flat back breath in. Breath out, right foot steps back, plant the palms, left foot steps back, plank pose. Lowering down through Chaturanga, cobra or up dog, see how you feel, we're pretty warm. And back to down dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Beautiful. Big toes step to touch. Squeeze your arms together. Feel the triceps pull back and in. You're nice and solid in your downward dog. Right foot sweeps up and back. Three-limb dog. Strong legs. Breathe in, breathe out. Maybe extra calf stretch as you draw left heel toward the mat. And when you're ready, bend the right knee. And bring the right foot toward the left wrist, bringing the outer edge of that foot to the mat. Notice how you can see my sole. Let the left heel drop down, fall in triangle. Left fingers reach up. Good. Left hand comes down, go back to 3-limb dog. Left heel lifts, right leg goes back up. Good. Right foot or right knee bends into the chest, and we're bringing the foot outside the right hand onto the mat. Right fingers reach to the ceiling. Breathe in. Breathe out. Right hand comes down inside right foot again. Left knee lengthens back and lowers down to the ground. Breath in and out here, chest pulls forward. If you want to keep it nice and fiery, you can have the knee floating off the mat in a deep lunge here, lizard pose. And then from here, lifting the hips, send the right foot up and back, 3-limb dog one more time. This time, bend the knee to open and stack the hips, step back, wild thing. Lift the hips. And come back to down dog. Plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Big toes touch. Left leg floats up. Keep the foot flexed. Toes pointing away from you, slightly down. Left knee draws in, and the foot comes outside the right hand. So outer edge of the foot down. Right heel lands to the mat. Fallen triangle. Right fingertips reach to the ceiling. Right hand comes down, back heel lifts, 3-limb dog. Left leg goes back up. Left knee bends. Draw it into the chest and step outside your left hand. Breathe in and breathe out here. Left fingers reach up to the ceiling. Breathe in, breathe out. Left hand comes down. Right knee can walk back and down, and you can stay here. Extra little stretch. You could fire it up though and stay in a low lunge, up to you. Breathe in, breathe out. Good, and then from here, just lift the hips, left foot goes up and back, 3-limb dog. Notice the space that's opening up in your hips. Bend the left knee, open and stack hips to step behind yourself. Wild thing, lift the hips up. And nice and easy, come back to your downward dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Beautiful. From here, walk the hands back to the feet. Let your knees bend so your belly can rest on your thighs. Grab onto opposite elbows. Beautiful. Index and middle fingers wrap around the big toes. Gaze forward, thumbs push down onto the big toenails. Straighten your arms. Exhale, bend the elbows out to the sides. Fold. Think of lifting up on your big toes while you resist and push them down. Inhale, lengthen the arms. Gaze forward. Exhale, fold. One more time, inhale, gaze forward, long arms. and fold. Okay, now keep your grip on your toes and walk to the top of your mat. Good. Keep the grip of your toes and pull your right foot up off the floor, bringing the knee toward your armpit-ish. And then step the right foot down. Belly draws in, pull the left foot up. And down. Good, so we're going to do 2 more each side. So pulling the right knee outside, right shoulder-ish as you lift up. Focus on the belly. And then right foot down, left foot lifts. I know it's tricky gripping onto the toe, that's the point though. And then lower down. 1 more time, right foot floats up. And down. And 1 more time, left foot floats up. And down. Release the grip, flat back. And fold, plant the palms, walk into your plank. Lower knees, chest, and chin. Keep the hips high, open the heart. And lower the hips down, cobra pose, inhale and tuck the toes. Exhale, fold. Bring the hands a little wider. You're on your fingertips and thumb tips. Inhale, cobra. Long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lifting up. And roll down. 2 more here coming up. And down. 1 more. Beautiful. Come part way up and float your hands away from the ground. Bring them out to the sides like airplane wings. Breathe in, breathe out. Float your legs up. Reach the toes away. Good. Keep the shape, but then just let yourself relax down on an exhale. And inhale, pick yourself up. Exhale, lower. And inhale up. Good, lower. 3 more, up. And down. 2. One more time, up. Hold here, bend the knees, reach back for the ankles, find your bow pose. Breathe in, breathe out. And slowly release from here, plant your palms on the mat. Toes are tucked under. Press up, plank, downward dog. Beautiful. Breathe in and out. Gaze to the hands, walk the feet up to the hands. Lower the heels down, grab opposite elbows as you land in a forward fold. Excellent. Fingertips on the mat, flat back. Option here to practice your handstand for a couple of reps before we get into a few other things here. So planting the palms down, you want to find the space where you can lift the heels and think of rounding your back so you start feeling light on your toes. That's going to be a good spot to work into. So you could practice that rocking up onto the toes and down. If you're wanting to hop up or whatever into handstand, then you can come up. See how it feels for you today. We want to find the squeeze of the arms as we arch through the back so that we can find that space to anchor in through the core and stay strong with our palms to the floor. Just one more rep, depending on where you were going with this today. And then eventually, bring the feet back down. Heels to the ground, forward fold. Fingertips on the mat, flat back, heel toe your feet out as wide as your mat, toes point out, heels gently in. Slide your hips back and down, Malasana. Palms to heart center. Imagine like you're leaning against a wall. Full inhale and exhale. From here, inch your arms a little bit further down your legs, or like inch your shoulders a little further ahead of your knees-ish. Left arm extends and the fingers just start to reach out until you feel that little bit of resistance between the arm and the leg on left side. Right fingers sweep up to the ceiling. If it's available, the left palm can face up, elbow bends around left knee, right fingers come behind in a bind. Mindfully release, bring your palms back to prayer, secure yourself in, and reach the right arm forward, extending the fingers away from you. Walking the hand out to the right until you find your edge, and you're not trying to force yourself into this. Find the space where you can then easily reach through your left fingers. Gentle rotation through the heart. Well, really the rotations through the ribs, but you know what I mean. If available, right palm can turn to face up so that arm can bend around the right leg, left hand can come behind in a bind. And notice when you go into binds, it's to help you in the pose, not to hinder the pose. So if you go to do a bind and you find that your pose gets less stable, then the bind isn't for you yet. Just wait for it. Your body will tell you. Don't mind the garbage being dumped out there if you can hear that banging in the background. And then when you're ready, nice and easy, release from where you've gone to come back to your Malasana, palms in prayer. Beautiful. Now with all this beautiful deep connection, maybe your forearm balance will open up for you. So forearms can come down, hips lift to the sky. So practicing your dolphin pose, same thing, getting light on the toes. Maybe you can float up into your forearm balance, but maybe not today. If you've got a wall there, you can use the wall, but try to keep one knee in if you use the wall so that you don't end up with that big banana back, okay? And then when you're ready, just come all the way down, lower your knees to the ground, open the heels wider than your hips so you can sit back in a Virasana or hero's pose. By all means, if you need to utilize a block or a blanket underneath your hips here, please grab it and settle in to your Virasana. Knees facing forward in front of the hips. Soles of feet facing up, tops of feet touching down to the ground, shins touch down to the ground. Breathe in, breathe out. Optional to bring the hands behind you and just find a little lean back. If your hips are supported by block or blanket, please stay at this place or having your spine fully upright. If your hips are down on the ground, you may want to edge in to your Supta Virasana by lowering the elbows down and then lowering the shoulders and the back of the head down. Arms could reach and relax overhead. And we breathe here just for a few rounds, being where you need to. Lots of stuff for core stability today and hip mobility, because moving into a Karna Dhanurasana, the pose that we're focusing on today, or warming up for, we want to have all of those spaces awakened so that they can support us in this very strong asana. If you are down in your reclined heroes, take a moment and slowly bring yourself up, nice and easy. And then from here, just however feels easiest for you, undo the legs and come into Dandasana staff pose. Sit tall, and of course, using props underneath as needed. Knees can be bent, remember from our previous class when we worked on this posture. As we sit tall, we breathe in, find the awareness through the abdomen as the navel draws inward. And we start to find our forward fold, grabbing onto the big toes with index and middle fingers. Excellent. Now from here, without thinking about it all too much, pull your right foot toward your right ear. Of course, we don't need to actually touch the right ear. Just think of pulling it there as you get your bow and arrow prepared. And then slowly bring that right foot forward. And then again, without thinking too much about it from a technical standpoint, bring your left foot toward your left ear. Whatever that looks like for you on this side. Breathe in, breathe out. And then slowly lengthen through that leg. Do the other side. Right foot pulls back to the ear. Notice this, like the dance that happens in between. Bring the right leg forward. Left leg comes back. So when you're doing this, notice like, oh, am I like wiggling, wobbling to this one way or the other or whatever, but just find the space where you're just working to find that awareness. It's like one day, let's do one more each side. One day, maybe I could pull that foot all the way into my ear and I could pull that bow nice and tight, right? Right leg forwards, and then one more time, left leg back. This side is definitely tighter on me, or so it feels. We just work the space. And then slowly, lengthen that left leg. Inhale, open the heart, tall spine. Exhale, fold. You could release the grip and grab onto the outer edges of the feet or ankles, whatever works for you here, and fold.
And nice and easy. Bring yourself all the way up to seated. If you have a prop under your hips, please take a moment to set it aside, and we'll come down onto the back. So let's have the knees bent and the feet on the mat. Take a moment to shimmy shoulder blades flat and make sure that your hips feel nice and balanced between the sides. Bring your right knee toward your chest. Reach your index and middle finger of the right hand to the big toe inside the right leg. Left hand will stay toward left hip. We want to make sure that that hip stays rooted. Right foot reaches up toward the ceiling as you extend through the right leg. And the knee can be bent, doesn't need to be straight. From here, reach your right toes slightly closer to the top edge of your mat, and then out to the right a little bit. And then lengthen your left leg as you push through your right toes. Staying active through both legs. Breathe in, breathe out. And if it feels good for you, you could open the right leg out to the right a little bit more. Staying active though, and if that left hip starts to lift up, bring it back down. And when you're ready, take your time, slowly come all the way back up, switch the grip, left hand outside, right foot, twist. So right foot comes over and down to the left, right fingers extend to the right. Take your time, nice and easy. Come back to center as you release right foot and just plant it on the mat. Left knee bends as we drag that heel in. Relax the arms by the sides. Shimmy shoulder blades flat. Make sure hips feel balanced. Left knee draws in toward the body. Left elbow inside left knee, index and middle finger, reach for that big toe. Right hand in front of the right hip. Start to work length and extension through the left leg, pressing through the left toes. You can start to edge that foot even more to the top of your yoga mat and a tiny bit out to the left, just a tiny bit. Extend through the right leg. Stay strong in that leg. You can point the toes, flex the foot, whatever. Point the foot, but find the space where you're active through both legs. And then we have the option to open the left leg out to the left. Working those toes, maybe one day to the ground, but it doesn't matter. We keep the right hip down, that's a higher priority. And if the toes do touch down, the leg doesn't become inactive. Breathe in, breathe out. Right hip is anchored. Stay strong. Come all the way back to center. Switch the grip, right hand outside left foot. Left foot reaches over to the right. Left hand reaches over to the left. Nice big twist here.
Breathe in and out of the nose, noticing how the breath flows with your movement. That's the meditation. Continue to enjoy that inner space that's opening for you. Shed the layers. Listen to the knowing from within. Gently release your left foot and come back to center, placing that foot on the mat and bending the right knee, planting that foot on the mat, balancing out the shoulders and the hips. Take a moment to pull your skull away from your shoulders. Make sure your neck feels long. Arms relax down. One leg at a time, pressing down through the heel to drag the leg out to straight. And relax the toes, ankles, shins and calves. Soften the knees, backs of the knees, hamstrings and quads. Relax through the front of the hips and soften through the back of the hips. Soften the belly, observing the breath. Noticing the rise and the fall as the breath moves in and out. Soften the spaces around the ribs. Again, noticing the breath. Expanding on the inhales. Contracting on the exhales. Soften in through the pectoral muscles, across the collarbones as they get wide. Soften through the tops of the shoulders, down through the biceps and triceps. Feel the elbow creases relax and the forearms soften. Relaxing wrists, palms, fingertips. Softening the backs of the shoulders, the back of the neck. The back of the ribs, the back of the hips, the lower back, the entire back. Feel the weight of the world ease off the shoulders and the neck. Soften through the neck again and again. Relax the skull, the forehead, the cheeks, the jaw, your eyebrows, your tongue. Allow the breath to pass in and out. Notice the journey as it moves through. Notice your breath journey to all the little spaces of the body, to every cell, to every tiny corner. The breath just shines a little bit of light into these spaces. Brings a new lens of awareness, a new way of looking at things. Allow what's no longer serving to gently fall away. And rest a little deeper into the truth that is you. Starting to draw some gentle movement into your body on an inhale. Reaching through arms and legs. I like to rotate my toes in and out. Maybe you feel like doing that. Maybe you want to wiggle fingers and toes. Whatever feels good for you here. Once you have started to wake up through the body, gently drag the heels in toward you and then draw the knees into your chest for a hug and a rock side to side. Eventually bringing yourself up into a seat, maybe roll to the side or rock yourself up, whatever feels easiest. Let's draw the palms into Anjali Mudra as we sit tall. Notice how you're feeling. Notice that connection to your inner warrior of your own truth. Notice the expansive feeling across your chest and in your heart. And let's carry this inner knowing, this inner connection to ourself forward with us through the day. Let's draw a full breath in of loving gratitude into ourselves and a full breath out of loving gratitude for everyone else. Thank you for our practice. Namaste. I sure hope you feel as wonderful as I do, and that you found lots of amazing spaces of strength and mobility and just like your awesomeness through the class. I hope you really felt it. So we'll see you again soon, and sending you a lot of love. Thanks for being here. See you.